know, I've done that, and I enjoy it. And it's a nice compliment being able to play those characters. But you know, after that, I really sort of put it out there, and I wanted to play some evil characters, some stuff that I could sink my teeth in. And I got to play more than a few. Not over long terms, but one-offs, which is, you know, pretty satisfying too. I did more than a few roles like that. And comedy was something I'd never really been asked to do. In theater school, you know, my teachers would let me do some comedic roles because they recognized that I like that stuff and it's fun, and you know, I used to love being able to express myself like that in comedy school, because I like joking around, man. I love comedy. It's such a fantastic, specific art form. And when I saw the opportunity to do this short film, when I first read it, I was like, this is quirky, but this is funny. There was no money. It was cutting into a trip that I had planned, a very important trip for me, to where I was, you know, I was going to Thailand to train, and I'd have to come back early and shoot this thing in Toronto. But there was a couple selling factors. Number one being to work with Aaron Carpluck, who's a dear friend of mine, who I was actually in acting school with for a number of years, and we both worked a lot professionally but never shared a scene. So that was one of my main motivating factors. Now, do I want to do more comedy? Of course. Am I going to make more Riff World? We're trying so hard to make more. The numbers are there, the views, everything was there to warrant doing more, but we just want to do it with a proper budget. We want to bring it out as a proper half hour or something like that. For those of you who haven't seen it, you can watch, they're 5 to 7 minutes long. It's a web series, it's comedy. It's fun. You can watch it in under an hour. If you're bored and you have some downtime, check it out. And you know, retweet it, because really what it comes down to is the more our numbers get up, the easier it is for us to sell the product.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi again.
Hello. Back then, it was clear that Gabriel would be inhabiting Sam for a while, and Jared took over your role for a while. I always imagined in my head that I wanted to see the two of you face off at some point. And then obviously that was exactly what we filmed.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about filming that scene? Because obviously this fight scene between the two of you, you're pretty evenly matched and probably enjoy it.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's kind of funny because you're doing this, you're playing the same character as, you know, one of the lead actors, but Jared and I didn't get to share any scenes together for a long time there. I mean, the fight scene was fun, and Shepard was in there too, right? Mark was in there, and that was the first scene I'd had with Mark, since Mark and I worked together on Battlestar, and then he came and worked with me on my show Dollhouse too, for a few episodes, a few different episodes he worked with us. So it was always good to see Shepard. It was good. It was a quick little fight scene. I thought it was cool, the face-off. Jared was game. We choreographed a you know, big throw over a table. You know, Crowley even tries to throw a punch. It was a fun little scene. I mean, you know, the only thing that I would hope if Gadriel was brought back would be that maybe Jared and I could have more scenes together. In what capacity, you know, I'm not sure, but it would be cool to work with him more, because I worked with Jensen and it was fantastic. It was awesome, but Jared and I didn't get to share a lot of scenes together. Pardon me?
You at least had that one.
Yeah. It was cool to do it though. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, it's, you know, that's the unfortunate thing about a show sometimes, is you end up working specifically with certain actors and you don't get to work with the other ones. We'll see. Maybe it'll happen yet. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Jason mentioned during the opening that you had a very interesting experience trying not to buy a necklace. We'd like to hear the story from your...
You want to hear my side?
Yes.
I'm sure he embellished a little bit for the sake of story. Not really though. You know what? It happened just like it did. Jason and I were sitting there getting in a quick bite at lunch yesterday, and a gentleman from Africa came up, very dressed in this bright regalia, and he had a beautiful smile on his face, and he was like, my friend, check out these necklaces. He had all these necklaces. He's like, for you, my friend, just take one. No, just take one. I was like, no, sir, no, sir. He's like, just take one. Just take one. I insisted. I'm like, no, sir, it's okay. I want you to sell that, sir. I'm not interested. Thank you so much. He's like, sir, my friend, I had a wonderful day yesterday with my wife. A very special day, a wonderful day. I want you to have this for free, my friend. I'm like, no, I insist. Thank you. You sell that, you make some money. No, my friend. Yesterday was a blessing with my wife. Please let me give this to you. I would just like to give this to you for free, my friend, for you. At that point, I'm like, okay, I'll take that offer. Thank you. I'm so happy about your blessings with your wife. Thank you, sir. The minute I took the necklace, I put it down and I go like this. And he goes, my friend, maybe something small for my 2 sons. They're very hungry. I have 2 sons, they're very hungry. 2 sons, something for just something. And I'm like, my friend, my friend, my friend. There's a lot of my friends going on. He's like, something, my 2 sons are very hungry. You must, come on, I have to feed my sons. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to look through my pocket. And of course I've got bigger bills. And I'm like, So I pulled them out. He sees the 20, I see the 20. He sees the 20, I see the 20. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some change. He's like, my friend, I have 10 right here. I have 10 right here, my friend. 10. And I'm thinking, 10, it's a nice necklace. He goes like, he pulls off another necklace. And he goes, my friend, come on. My sons, they're hungry. Now he's gone from, yesterday was a blessing, my wife were wonderful. My sons are hungry, my friend. My sons are hungry, my friend. He's playing that card. He's a good actor. I have 10, my friend. I'll give you change right here. So I go to give him the 10. I give him the 10, and then he pulls out a 5 and he gives it to me. And I'm like, where's my 10, my friend? He goes, my friend. My sons are hungry. My sons are hungry. So he decides to take off another necklace to make the deal better. Now he's upselling me, and this man was good. He was so good. I could have been an asshole. I could have been like, give me back my money, pal. Take your necklace and beat it. But he was good, and I was worried about his sons eating.
Plus he was your friend, so yeah.
He's a dear friend. He's a dear friend. So Jason Mann now gets a necklace, the same necklace. Now at least I got 2 necklaces out of the deal, so we have matching necklaces. Yes. And then he walked away because I was like. And he walked away, and then I realized I didn't even know where the man was from. I need to know where my jewelry's from. Africa it's a huge place. There's many countries there. I knew that he spoke French, but that's still, the French were all over Africa. It could have been many different, he wasn't Haitian. I know that accent, because I've spent a lot of time in Montreal. There's a huge Haitian community there. So luckily he walked back again and tried to upsell everyone else at the table. I'm like, are you serious? I've just been telling the story for 10 minutes to all these guys. He's from Senegal, though. Okay. He's a dear friend. Hi.
I thought it was only fair to give you the chance to tell an embarrassing story about Jason in return.
Well, how do you tell an embarrassing story about Jason? I really don't have one. I'll tell you this, man. He is a sweetheart. I met him the first time, obviously here. My first show 2 years ago, and I'll tell you this. The biggest thing that blew me away is when I heard that voice come out of that big man. That really blew me away. And then hearing his music and watching him play live, I was so impressed. And Jason's a great guy because he's, like I was alluding to, the green room it's something special, man. One year we'll turn on like a GoPro and we'll put it in a corner and you can just see what goes on in there. Actually, we shouldn't do that. I mean, there's some stuff that should never leave that room. But there's a whole bunch of dudes in a room ribbing each other all day long. And it's pretty funny. And Mans is a funny guy. He's got some one-liners. He's a very witty and bright man, but oftentimes he plays it pretty cool. He sits back and he doesn't say a lot, and then he'll spit out these one-liners they'll stop Richard Spade in his tracks. Richard will start using his material. Richard's famous for that. Rob's a very funny guy. A lot of Richard's material comes from Rob, but Rob mumbles it or he doesn't say it loud enough when a bunch of dudes are laughing, and Rich will just take it like as if he never said it and make it his own. They have a beautiful relationship. I'm excited about their web series. It will be good. Yeah, isn't that cool that they're making it happen? happen, man. That is so awesome. I'm excited for them. That's gonna be funny. It's gonna be all about you guys and the circuit and those two. I totally forgot what the question was. What was it?
It was about an embarrassing story about Jason, but
Yeah, I
you took
mean-
the high road, so.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no, I don't have any good ones, I'll be honest. Man has an appetite, I appreciate that. We, we went to a play in London just recently, and we went to an amazing steakhouse, and we had to eat fast, and I was very politely trying to encourage everyone at the table to eat quickly, because I have a good sense of time and distance, and we were not going to make this play. We were pushing it. So Jason he had a huge piece of meat, and he had to eat it fast, like a little too quickly. And we made it to this play. We were literally the last ones in our seats. Like, they were closing the doors, pissed off that we came in at the time. We just made it. And we sat down, and then I did see Jason sweating profusely beside me. He had the meat sweats in this place. Every once in a while there was a burp coming up in the middle of the play. That's what happens when you eat steak too fast. That's the only embarrassing story I can say about the man. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering if you were aware that you're on the Top Modder team with them next. Top Modder?
Yeah, are they already signed up? When is that happening?
I don't know, they didn't say, but I just
I'm down. I'm so down. I can't wait. I had to miss the last one. It was untimely for me with a family event that I couldn't miss. I was a little upset that I was missing that. I heard the boys had a great time.
Did you not see the video?
I haven't even seen the video. No. Is it pretty funny?
Yeah, it's great.
Can you tweet it to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure something will be great.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay.
Hi.
Misha always complains, and he says that Jensen and Jared bother him all the time on set.
Yeah.
Did they do it with you too or not?
No, they don't bother me so much, but they're notorious ball busters. They're just, like I said, just like in the green room, everyone's busting each other's balls. That happens all day long. I think Misha gets it a little bit more because, you know, he's one of the main characters, and he's with those guys every day. I'm sure if I was there every day, they'd give it to me more, you know. But over the 6 episodes that I was there, like I said, there's generally some joking around, you know, it's happening. And I get pretty serious and focused when I'm on set. Like, I take acting pretty seriously. I mean, if I was doing a show for 10 years and working the same people day in and out, I'd be joking around a little bit more too. But when you're coming in and out of the show, you have to for me especially, I really got to drop in and stay in character and stuff. Those guys would definitely bust my balls a little bit about that. I mean, there's some funny video of me in between scenes warming up and stuff. It's been online. I got a kick out of that. Yeah, but they can be pretty mean to Misha. It's the truth. I've seen it. They love to mess with that man, and I think Misha loves it. There's a part of him that really likes it. Yeah. That's all I got. Are you playing his music? That's okay. Are you gonna dance? Just felt the mood. The mood was dying. We needed music. Salsa. Hi.
Hi. Are there movies you watch that made you cry?
Oh yeah. I'm not afraid to cry at a movie. I respect this art form so much, and the medium of film and television. I think it's incredible. That's the whole point. You know, when you go to see a film, you want to relate to those characters and their struggles. You want to see truth. You want to see truthful humanity. You want to see people fall. You want to see them pick themselves back up. That's why we're drawn to this medium. That's why it'll never go away. It's such a powerful medium that transcends all language and culture throughout the world. You know, you could argue that there's not a place on the planet where people wouldn't enjoy film. Like, it's incredible. It's story. That's what makes human beings. That's what brings us together, specifically in our cultures and our nations, but, you know, throughout the world. That's what we can relate to is humanity. I cry all the time in films. I've seen powerful movies, man. When I see an actor go to a very truthful place, and they throw their ego to the side, because you know that's what happens to us as humans. We're not thinking about the right angle and how our face is going to look on the camera. You know, when you go to a really truthful a place where you're. I can name a million films where I've just been blown away by the performances. What was the Sean Penn film? Road to Perdition? I think it was Road to Perdition. One of the films that he directed. Pardon me? Not Mr. River. No. It was shot in BC. It was about a. No, it was Jack Nicholson was the lead. Most of Sean Penn's films, the two main films that he directed early on were, he had Jack Nicholson in the lead, and this was about a detective who was retiring and trying to just, you know, enjoy his retirement, but he's consumed with the murder of a 6-year-old girl. But there's a scene in there. Cameos always blow me away when you have an actor come in and they do a very small performance in the film that their performance stays with you so much. Mickey Rourke has a scene in there. For anyone who doesn't remember how talented of an actor he is, he's had a lot of struggles in life, as a lot of people do in this business when they've been in it for a very long time. But he's got a scene in there that is some of the finest acting work I've ever seen. It is so goddamn powerful. I remember watching that scene for the first time, and I was weeping. You know. Has anyone ever seen the film The Sea Inside with Javier Bardem?
Yes.
If you haven't, you must see it. It's incredible. Another Javier Bardem film, beautiful. Blew me away. Definitely cried in that film. I could go on and on. Yeah, I'm not afraid to cry in a film. Thank you. Hi.
Hiya. I was wondering, would you have liked a different time to get real in Supernatural?
Would I have liked?
A different hand to get real in Supernatural.
A different hand? Oh, a different end. Sorry. Yeah, you know, I'm open to a different ending. I would have been open to a different ending to Get Real. I think it was good though. You know, when I read it, I was like, yeah. And you know, I had someone ask me at a convention recently if I thought that Get Real thought he would just, you know, that he was redeemed. There was true redemption in doing what he did, and I don't think that he was. He was conflicted to the very end. He saw that there was an opportunity that he could help Castiel, and he took it. But I think he was still conflicted to the very end. He didn't feel like, you know, he was making complete amends, or he was fully conscious of the mistakes he had made up to that point. So, yeah, I mean, it could have went in so many different directions. And hopefully, like we said, you know, it is Supernatural. They have been picked up for another season. You might see them back.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
First, I wanted to ask about the hockey hair picture. Because
is it floating around now?
No, we want it to. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Because on Facebook, I only have friends and family. But a friend that I grew up with in the Yukon, he posted a photo of me at like 15 or 16. I've got the biggest ass hockey hair mullet you've ever seen, man. Just big, slick back. There's a mullet.
I'm just asking.
And I've got hundreds of friends and family just ribbing me about it. There's like the longest. It's trending on Facebook right now.
We want to see it.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. I think it's coming out. I think I can probably leave it up to Alex Monovic or Victor Webster or Josh. One of my buddies is gonna post it probably today or within the next 24 hours, I promise you. It's pretty good.
But my actual question was, we asked a lot about your favorite places to work and stuff, and I wanted to know if you had an experience on a set that was really, really awful, like that you just couldn't wait to leave. Not specifically where, maybe, but.
Yeah, I would argue that there's not an actor out there who hasn't had, every one of us has had an awful experience, for sure. Unless, you know, your first gig is a big show, and then it's just, you know, you know, rainbows and unicorns all the way through, which I highly doubt it is, because the fact is, even the most experienced actors, the well-trained actors, you're constantly put in positions where you're stressed out. It is a stressful job, especially when you're working on a network television series. There is a very high budget, there is a pace that needs to be done, and you have the pressures of the network, the producers, everyone involved, and they're all looking down on you, and there's a timeline. So when you're first starting off in a show, it's high pressure. The job is always high pressure. The best and the easiest it gets is when you get into your routine, you're doing it for a while, and you get comfortable with the people you're working around. But I've had some shitty experiences for sure. I've been on sets, different shows, where the lead actor is just a big old dick. And there's a part of me that would love to just grab him by the ear, maybe take him out back, slap him around a little bit. But that's not right. That's my inside bad voice. I try not to act on that. But you know, it's part of the job. Anybody in your walk of life, I'm sure everyone has to work with an asshole every once in a while. It can just be a little bit more difficult when you're acting. The problem with it is that acting is such a beautiful art form. It's very much a give and take. It's competitive though, it is. But it's better when you're doing it with somebody who's really reciprocating. They're really getting into it with you. They're doing the dance with you. Every once in a while when you work with a dick, they're not giving you anything when it's on your shot. You know, when the coverage is on you, they're not reciprocating. They're not giving you anything back, and that's tough. You know, they're phoning it in. They're not really present, and it's just unfortunate. It makes you kind of sad. You're like, why does it have to be that way? And I get it if an actor's really tired, say if he's working so much and he's the lead on a show. But you know, you have guys like Jared and Jensen who you do a scene with them, they're giving you 110%, 10 years in. That's incredible. It's the way it should be. Yeah, there's been shitty. I've hurt myself on set too and had to finish a scene. You know, I've been. This is a funny story, but do you know the actor Harry Lennox? Look him up. Harry's done everything. Everything. You'll be like, I've seen that guy a million times. He was just in Batman and Superman. He was in the Matrix series. I did a series with him called Dollhouse. He's a very, very accomplished Chicago theater actor and a very bright man. We had to get up at some ungodly hour doing Dollhouse. And Harry was explaining to me that he had destroyed his hamstring doing a big budget feature by not warming up, and he went and sprinted. He's a big man. He's a big guy like me. He's got more pounds. He's a bigger guy than me. Same height though, but he didn't warm up, and he had to do a scene where he's sprinting, and he's a soldier, and his leg just blew up, you know, like he tore a hamstring right in the middle of shooting. An injury so bad that his legs never really recovered, you know, because it happened in his 40s, and it's really hard to come back from an injury like that if you're not careful. So we were having this big talk, and you know, I wasn't training a ton, but I always maintain a certain level of fitness, and I was doing a fair amount of kickboxing. And I was like, you know, Harry, you always got to warm up. And he was like, yeah, I know, I should have done that. And we're sitting there drinking coffee, and it's 5 a.m. and we're about to shoot a big action scene. And I think we thought we had more time than we did, and we didn't, because I don't know where Joss was like, and Joss was directing this episode. He's like, okay guys, let's go, we gotta go. We're actually gonna switch around. I think what it was, we thought we had some dialogue first, and then we were gonna get into this action part. He decided we were gonna block shoot it, and he decided we were gonna do this action scene first thing. It's cold, it's the studio, it's 5 a.m., we're not warmed up, I'm wearing tight-ass jeans. So we start the scene, and I'm like, right before we start, I'm like, oh shit, I haven't warmed up. What an idiot. We've been sitting here talking about it. And Harry and I kind of laughed about it. We're like, that's funny, right? We'll be okay though. We start the scene, and within the first 2 minutes of the scene, I had this, like, something just bing, right in my quad, right in the middle of it. Because I wasn't warmed up. Basically, Harry and I are scrambling for a gun, And you know, I'll do most of my scenes unless they're really dangerous, and I jump on the floor and then I'm scrambling to grab this gun. He grabs my foot. It's one of those things, and I'm trying to get away, and right in the middle of it, I just felt like, and I was like, oh, that's not good, that's not good. But I finished the scene, and then I got up, and I literally was like, okay, yeah, that's not working. I really did something to my quad. I can take a lot of pain. I'm a pretty rugged dude. That leg was not working. We had 5 hours of scene to shoot, all action. There's a scene where I'm trying to, you know, get away from Harry on the stairs. Like, I'm supposed to be running upstairs, you know? I'm like really active Paul Ballard FBI ninja dude. And I'm like lifting my leg up my pants. And Joss Whedon was like, came to me in between takes, because I didn't tell him, of course. And he's like, were you lifting that leg? And I'm like, yeah. I don't understand. Is that a choice? Just don't do that. I'm like, Joss, I gotta be honest with you. Something popped in my quad. It's not working. Maybe you noticed that I've got a dead leg in the scene. Even when I was running from Harry, I was like, it just, yeah, it wasn't working. But I worked 5 hours with that thing, and I was like, just shoot it a little higher, Joss, and get that thing up every take. It won't be good. These things happen. Yeah. Thank you.
Tahmoh.
Are we almost done?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
We're finished.
she waved her hand. Can we, one quick question? My friend from Finland, the chef.
Hope you had an easy morning.
Yeah.
Thursday, yesterday. Anyways, about your profession.
Yeah.
I know you're into it really much, like most of them in LA must be.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep your mind open with your talents and skills.
Yes.
So there are times when I really wonder how the hell they let Pierce Brosnan play the lead role in Mamma Mia. It's like he didn't know how to sing, and you know, he's still there.
I didn't even see Mamma Mia.
It's like his manager who told him that. But anyways, the question is that if you don't know how to sing,
Yeah.
do you still apply for roles that have like musical singing?
Well, that depends. That depends if you're willing to try. You know, there's a lot of actors out there who've done singing roles. They can do some things to make you sound good. They can tune you up with production these days. I would argue at this point, you know, me maybe 5 years ago would have been terrified to sound like an idiot, but I think if I got offered the role, I'd go for it anyway, just because it's terrifying. That's part of the reason we do this, man. You got to challenge yourself as an actor, as an artist, you know?
Carpe diem.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I mean, I'm at the point where I want to do everything. I want to challenge myself because, you know, I spent a few years there where I was, you know, just through bad management, through bad choices, was just turning down a lot of work, and it just flies by. I want to do it all. I've told people I'll do student films, I'll do it everything. I just want to have fun. You don't want to lose that element in this business, and it's very easy to lose it when you're doing too much television. It gets too serious. So yeah, I'm game. I can't sing, but I'll sing for you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, guys.